Hello friends, now we are going to discuss about coordinate covalent bond. Coordinate covalent bond. We discussed in the previous concepts like ionic bond, covalent bond. What we discussed ionic bond? Complete transfer of electrons from the metal atom to non-metal atom. That is ionic bond. In case of covalent bond, mutual sharing between the atoms. That we have discussed, right? Covalent bond. And here it's a special type of bond actually. Special type of bond. One atom is completely electron deficient and another atom is giving the electrons to that particular deficient atom. Okay, so that is what we are calling a coordinate covalent bond. This we can also call as a dative bond. This we can also call it as a dative bond. And this bond was given by the scientist name Sidgwick. This bond was given by the scientist name Sidgwick. Okay, so what is the definition of this one? Like you see here, covalent bond in which both electrons of the shared pair and contributed by one of the two atoms. For example, we have two friends here. Okay, A and B, two friends are there, and A is having some money, B is not having a money. Both of them wants to go to movie. What they will do? Completely sponsored. Like A will give the complete money of the tickets and B will go simply, means with the A money's ticket, right? But that is coordinate covalent. For example, if A is keeping himself and B is keeping himself money, his ticket. So then that is both are sharing each other, right? This is A, B, both are sharing. That is covalent bond. But in case here, this person A is giving the tickets only, even B also. Person A is giving the tickets to B also. B is not having the money. But both of them wants to go to movie. The same thing. Like this only we are able to explain. So like you see here, A atom is there, B atom is there. Okay. So you take here, electrons are there, like completely 8 electrons will take after field configuration. And B atom is having lack of electrons. Right? B atom is lack of electrons. So one electron pair will transfers to this B atom. That is what we are calling as a coordinate covalent bond. That is why we are saying this as a special type of bond. Okay. So coordinate covalent bond, other names. Here what is happening? Here this is donating, right? So A is donating the electrons to the B atom. Okay. And B is accepting. B atom is accepting the electrons. Okay. So that is the reason this bond we can also call it as a donor acceptor bond. This bond is also called donor acceptor bond, right? So coordinate covalent. This is a coordination of covalency. Like for example, correct only, no? If B atom is not, like it is ready to take the electrons also, A is not ready to give, is not ready, then what will happen? There is no bond formation. That is why we are giving the coordinate covalent bond. Sharing of electrons is here, but sharing, who is sharing? Only one atom is sharing the electrons to the electron deficient atom. Okay, so that is why we are calling this as a donor acceptor bond, right? Even we can say, we can also say it as a semi-polar bond also. Semi-polar bond also we can say, and even co-ionic bond also we can say here. Other names of this we should remember definitely these names. Okay, co-ionic bond also we can say, and donor acceptor bond. And coordinate covalent bond will be indicated with arrow. Okay, arrow with normal, like normal covalent bond we will say like solid line, right? Covalent bond, this is covalent, right? Covalent bond we will say single solid line. And this is solid line with arrow. Solid line with arrow. We are mentioning the coordinate covalent bond as solid line with arrow. Okay. So that symbol will be there. Okay. For example, now I will take one example here. You see here. Ammonia. The coordinate covalent bond between ammonia and boron trifluoride. How? this we can able to explain about the coordinate covalent bond. So what is the usually nitrogen central atom? What is the central atom here? In case of ammonia you take. What is the central atom here? Nitrogen, right? Central atom in the sense which is having the less number of atoms, that we will say as a central atom, right? So here we can say like this, ammonia structure NH3, and it is a covalent bond, okay, and lone pair of electrons. This lone pair, how can you say? Nitrogen electronic configuration you take 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, okay. So this I am representing as in the form of like a valency shell configuration I am mentioning here, 1s2, okay. This is 1s2 I am writing here, 1s2, this is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3, 1, 2, 3, okay. So what is happening here? These 2p3 electrons are free, right? These 3 electrons are free. So here nitrogen normal velocity itself, valency is 7, like belongs to 5th year group elements. So 8 minus 5 is equal to 3 valency we are saying here. So here 3 valency combining capacity is there, and here the s electrons are there. No, these s electrons are called only lone pair of electrons, okay. So these 2 dots we are calling as a lone pair. So what is the meaning of lone pair? Does not involving in any bond formation, that we are calling as a lone pair, okay. So now here you take BF3 molecule. Boron is a central atom. Boron is a central atom, and this boron is also combined with 3 fluorine atoms, right? But here there is no electrons, anything, okay. So here when you are considering here NH3, okay, this lone pair I will write here clearly, you can able to understand. So one hydrogen and another hydrogen, okay. This electron pair, boron, one fluorine, okay. So here there is no electrons in this box, okay. So what will happen here? The lone pair of electrons are present in the nitrogen. This lone pair, this pair of electrons will transfer to this, okay. And here it is forming NH3, means ammonia, coordinate covalent bond with the symbol like arrow symbol, and then BF3, okay. So this is, we can say, ammonia boron trifluoride molecule, okay. Ammonia boron trifluoride molecule, we can say ammonia boron trifluoride, okay. So see here clearly the mentioning of dative bond here, compulsory, this dative bond mention compulsory we have to remember, okay. So like this we can say, and another example I will show you. So I hope everyone understood about this. Another example, when you are coming to the second example, I will show you with ammonium ion. I will show you with ammonium ion. So like you take ammonium ion, usually what we will say here, NH4 plus, right? NH4 plus, I will show you. So ammonia, the same as usual ammonia structure you take here, okay, and one lone pair of electrons here, and H plus ion. H plus ion, in the sense what is that? Only one electron is there in the hydrogen. That one electron already we removed, right? That one electron already we removed. So how it is forming? By removal of that electron, there is no electrons, only one proton will be there here, okay. So this electron pair, it will transfers to this, and then it is forming as a NH3 covalent bond H plus, okay. So like this we can say here. Many other examples like ozone you take, other examples when you are considering ozone you take, ozone molecule O3, and borazole B3N3H6 is the formula, okay. This we can also call it as inorganic benzene, because the structure it is resembling the benzene structure, that is why we are calling inorganic benzene. And aluminium trichloride like Al2Cl6, okay. So here AlCl3, you take AlCl3 molecule. The same way here, another like AlCl3 when you are considering, the dative bond is forming between these two, AlCl3. Okay, so this here, the chlorine atom will attract towards this and again this. Okay, so this is called a dative bond. Here aluminum is having again lone pairs will be there. So here two dative bonds we can form here. Al2Cl6, two dative bonds we can expect here. Okay, two dative bonds. And another one we can say here as N2O5, nitrogen pentoxide. Next P4O10, P4O10, like this. And even ions, when we are explaining about the ions are conducting, ions, just now we have discussed no NH4 plus, that also we can say here ions are forming like covalent, coordinate covalent bond. That ions we can say H3O plus, hydronium ion. H2O, already water molecule is there. H2O plus, ions, examples of ions. You take here, just now we have explained NH4 plus, this we are calling ammonium ion. NH4 plus means ammonium ion. Okay, and another one H3O plus, H3O plus. Okay, H3O plus means this is hydronium ion, hydronium ion. This is forming from the water molecule. See, when you are considering water molecule, the central atom is oxygen and one hydrogen will be here, one hydrogen will be here. Water molecule, V-shaped structure. So here oxygen, two valency of oxygen and two lone pairs will be there in the oxygen, right? So oxygen capacity is, valency is 2. So 2 bonds it is forming already. But still 2 lone pairs of electrons are there. Okay. So these 2 lone pairs of electrons, one is going to involving in the another one, formation of H plus. This is going and combining with this one to form H3O plus ion. This is called hydronium ion. Even when you are discussing about the acid bases, the water it is dissolving, like any acid is dissolving in the water, that it is going to form a first hydronium ion only, then after that only H plus ions will dissociate. Okay, so like this we can say about the examples. And here one very important one what we should remember, one compound is there specifically, this compound NH4Cl, we are calling this as ammonium chloride. Okay, ammonium chloride. This compound actually, see, all the non-metallic element, nitrogen non-metal, hydrogen non-metal, chlorine non-metal, all the non-metallic elements, but they are having an ionic bond. How I will show you. First, formation of ammonia. This is formation of ammonia is a covalent bond. Formation of ammonia involves the covalent bond here. Covalent bond, because sharing of electrons, right? So nitrogen valency 3. So nitrogen can forms with 3 hydrogens and one lone pair will be there. That is okay. And again this another one is there, no? So formation of NH4 plus ammonium ion. This is dative bond. This is dative bond. Again because of this lone pair, this is actually opposite charge, right? This is plus charge. So again formation of charges NH4 plus Cl minus forming as NH4Cl. This is electrostatic force of attraction between the positive atom and the negative atom, like right now cation and the anion. So together it is forming as an ionic compound. Okay, so even especially in the competitive level they may ask like this. Okay, so the only compound which is exhibiting all the 3 types of bonds, like ionic bond, covalent bond and even dative bond, all 3, this one only definitely you should remember. Okay, so next we'll move to the what are the physical properties of coordinate covalent compounds. The compounds which are exhibiting by the dative bond we are calling as a coordinate covalent compounds. Okay, so now what are the compounds here? What are the physical and chemical properties here, that we will discuss now. So physical properties, the same thing like you see ionic compounds, what we discussed, ionic compounds are solids, right? Solids in the sense solids have a more density. So because of the density more, they have a high melting points and boiling points. In case of covalent compounds, what we discussed? Covalent compounds, less melting points and boiling points. Means low melting point and boiling point. So in case of this one, dative bond compounds, melting points and boiling points also will be less here also. Okay? Melting points and boiling points. Properties of covalent compounds. Properties of coordinate compounds. So first, melting points and boiling points. Melting points and boiling points will be low. Melting points and boiling points low. Then solubility. Solubility, what will happen about here? What we discussed in case of ionic compounds. Ionic compounds are more soluble, right, in the water. And covalent compounds, more soluble in organic solvents and less soluble in non-polar solvents like water. Same thing here also, sparingly soluble. Sparingly means slightly, light. Sparingly soluble in water. Next, more soluble in organic solvents. More soluble in organic solvents. Or we can say non-polar solvents also. Okay. So this is solubility. Next, conductivity. Conductivity. Conductivity means the substance which allows the heat and electricity inside that we are calling as a conductivity. Ionic compounds, what we discussed, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. When you are comparing to the solid state, molten or aqueous state, they have more conductive in nature. And in case of covalent compounds, not much. They are poor conductors. Same thing here also. Covalent compounds also poor conductors. What is the reason here? There is no free ions here. There is no free ions. In case of ionic compounds, free ions. Because of presence of free ions, conductivity will be more. Here, poor conductors we can say. No free ions. No free ions we can say. And the next, molecular state we can say, like molecular state or molecular level. What will happen here? Molecular level. Solid ionic compounds, what we discussed, precipitation reactions, they are involving very much, right? And they are not able to exhibit the isomerism because ionic bond is a non-directional in nature. In case of covalent bond, direction in nature, so it shows it exhibits isomerism. And here, covalent compounds, when you are considering here, covalent compounds, there is no availability of molecular, and the reactions also, precipitation reactions, they can form, but it is very slow. Precipitation reactions are slow. Very slow reactions. Okay? There is no fast reaction. Ionic compounds only fast reaction we can see, because ionic compounds are like metals are fast reactive because of that reason, and covalent compounds can form by the solids. And here one more thing, existency. Here ionic compounds are completely solids. Covalent compounds can be exhibiting in the form of gases, liquids and even solids also. The same thing here also, like existence, gases we may exist, gases, solids and even liquids also they may exist. Okay, so this is about the complete explanation of covalent bond. And for example, how can you say, see, if a competitive level they are asking, which of the following compounds, one maximum number of dative bond. They have given like this one question. How you will answer? Options I will give you. Okay, options. First option, like Al2Cl6. They have given Al2Cl6. Second option, H3O+. Third option, NH4+. So how many bonds they are giving? So Al2Cl6, I shown you know, just so here two dative bonds will form. Two dative bonds between the Al and the Cl. And H3O+, only one dative bond here, formation of H2O+, H+ ion. And here also the same thing, 1. Okay. So like this, they may give unknown compounds also. Like when you are giving a complex compounds, like a K4FeCN6, one compound is there, ligand compounds. Or any other things, they have more, like 6 dative bonds will be there here. Okay. This actually I didn't mention here, but I am saying. So which is having the maximum number of this thing, this we can say. And here, if they are not giving this option, you can put this one. Okay. So like this, complex compounds. This we should remember. Complex compounds have more dative bonds in that. And there is no condition only one dative bond should form like that. Dative bonds always depends on the number of lone pair of electrons. And one atom is electron deficient atom. And this other one is ready to accept the electron pair. Okay, that is why we are also called this as a electron pair bond. That how it is happening from one particular atom to the next, which is having the deficiency. Okay, so that is the reason we can able to explain dative bond is also called as a semi-polar bond. Okay, dative bond is also called semi-polar bond. Thank you.